Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Mostly Programming. My name is Vivek Garg and this is lesson 7 of learning Python scripting from scratch. In today's lesson, we are going to see the following concept. We are going to see complex data type and the random module. Today's video is going to be a short video, but it's a very useful concept. So the scope of today's lesson is we are going to see what is the complex data type, some examples, import module, random module, and some examples of the random module. So let's get started. But before that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that right now. And also press the bell icon so that you never miss an update from Mostly Programming. So what is complex data type? Complex data type is for writing complex numbers. We all know what complex numbers are in the form of iota. For example, 7 plus 3j is an complex number, right? So complex numbers are written with a j as the imaginary part. For example, x is equal to 5 plus 7j is a complex number. Y is equal to minus 7j, only the imaginary part, is a complex number. Or z is equal to 5j is a complex number. Here in the variable x, we have stored 5 plus 7j. 5 is the real part plus 7j is the imaginary part. Here minus 7j is the only imaginary part and 5j here is the imaginary part. So let's check the type of some variables. We are going to do this on PyCharm also. Let's just see the theoretical part here. So I have a variable x is equal to 6 plus 7j. Then I have another variable y is equal to 5.6, which is a float variable, which is a decimal variable. And I have z is equal to 55, which is an integer. So I'm just going to check the type of all those variables. Now let's do this on PyCharm itself. Let's go to PyCharm and let's first create a complex variable. X is equal to 7 plus 6j is a complex variable. Let's check its type. Okay, so print, what I'm going to print here, type of what? Variable x. So I'm just simply going to run it. So here you can see the class, the particular variable x belongs to which class? The complex class. That means it is a complex variable. Similarly, we are going to see for the other variables that we are going to create now. Y is equal to 7. Z is equals to 8.7. So I'm simply going to check the type of those variables. So I'm going to write in the print itself type of what? Y and type of what? Z. Type Z. So I'm simply going to run it from here. So we can see x variable here is a complex, y is an integer, and z is a float variable. That is clearly visible to you. But this is a complex number, this is an integer, and this is a decimal number. That is, it belongs to a float. Let's go to the PPT again. So we have already covered this. We have checked the type of some variables now. And then we have typecasting. Similarly, as we did in the earlier videos itself, we converted an integer to float or float to integer, or an integer to a string or a float to a string. We can also use the complex function to convert integers or floats to complex numbers. Let's see an example. Suppose I have a variable x is equal to 6 and I write y is equal to complex x. Then this complex function will now convert the variable x to a complex number. Let's see on the PyCharm. What is the example? Suppose I have x is equal to 6. I wrote y is equal to complex x. And then what I'm going to do here is print it, print y. Also to show you the difference, I'm going to simply print x here. So let's see the difference. Right, as you can see, clearly see it when I simply printed the variable x which is an integer, 6 is printed. I changed its type from an integer to a complex using the complex function. And when I printed the variable y, you can see it is printed in parentheses and in the form of a complex number, that is real part plus imaginary part. As you can see here, 6 plus 0j. So that was the typecasting. After that, we have the import module. Now import module, this is a very important concept in Python. Import module in Python is similar to include in C or C++. As in any other programming languages, C or C++, for including the inbuilt libraries or any other file, we used to write it something like this, stdio.h for C, right? We used to use the include. Here in Python, we have import for that. So how do we use import? We simply write import, see the color changed, that means it is a correct keyword, and then the name of the module that we want to import, right? I'm going to show you that. For example, if I want to import math, I'll simply write math, right? Okay, so that was about the import module. Import is used to invoke the inbuilt modules such as random or math. There are so many inbuilt modules. We are going to see that, obviously we are going to see that later in the course itself. So for example here, import random, import math. We simply have to write it like that. After that, I have the random module. Now see, Python does not have any random function to generate a random number. What random function does is, in any of the programming languages, random function, when we invoke the random function, it generates a random number. For example, when we invoke the random function, it may give us 10 or 20 or 30 depending upon the range. So instead, in Python, we have a built-in module called random. We have to import the module first, and then we have to give it the range. We are going to see it on the PyCharm itself. So here I'm going to import the random module, right? I have imported the random module. Hold on a second. Import random. Here this file I have selected. Yes. Okay, then enter. Then in the next line itself, I'm simply going to print random dot rand range. Rand range is a module of random which is used to give the range of the numbers between which we want to create a random number. So I have given here 1 to 100. So when I'm going to run this, you're going to see, hold on a second. Here is some error. Let me check it. Okay. So I have not written range here. I have written range instead. So let me run it now. Okay. So when I run it, you can see here that 81 is printed on the screen. Let's run it again. Now 9 is printed on the screen. Let's rerun it. 27, 94, 10. So this random module just gives us a random number in whatever range we are passing to it. Just see this. This is the main part here. Random.rand age, rand range is used to give it the range of the number between which we want to generate a random number. So I hope this is clear to you. If you have any queries related to complex number or import module or random module, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on my social media accounts. The link to those will be in the description itself. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also share with your friends. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that right now, because your subscriptions give me motivation to make more such videos. Thank you very much. We are going to see